The following is a Hennessy Hendo production. It includes excerpts and material from my vast collection of books and general knowledge. My collection spans many centuries and millennia. I upload as I have time, but the sheer volume is just so immense. It would do the people of the world good to listen to some actual classics or educate themselves on all manner of topics from fictional books to philosophy. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel.
Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics is a seminal work of Western philosophy that examines the nature of human happiness and the moral virtues necessary for a good life. It is named after either Aristotle's father, Nicomachus, or his son, who may have edited the text. The work is structured into 10 books and seeks to answer fundamental questions about how individuals should live to achieve eudaimonia, often translated as happiness or flourishing. Detailed synopsis. Book 1. The Goal of Human Life. 1. Eudaimonia is the highest good. Every human activity aims at some good, and the highest good is eudaimonia, a state of living well and fulfilling one's purpose. Happiness is not a fleeting emotion but a life lived in accordance with reason and virtue. 2. Function argument. The unique function of humans is their capacity for rational activity. Therefore, living well means excelling in rational activity guided by virtue. 3. Criteria for eudaimonia. Happiness must be final, an end in itself, not a means to another end. Self-sufficient, complete and lacking nothing. Achieved through virtue. Happiness is realized by living a virtuous life. Book 2. Moral Virtue. 1. Definition of virtue. Virtue is a state of character concerned with choice, lying in a mean between excess and deficiency, determined by reason and practical wisdom. 2. The doctrine of the mean. Virtue involves striking a balance between extremes. For example, courage is a mean between recklessness, excess, and cowardice, deficiency. Generosity is a mean between prodigality and stinginess. 3. Habituation. Moral virtues are not innate but developed through practice and habituation. Good habits lead to virtuous character. Book 3. Voluntary Action and Responsibility. 1. Voluntary versus involuntary actions. Actions are voluntary when they originate in the agent and are done with knowledge of the circumstances. Involuntary actions arise from compulsion or ignorance. 2. Moral responsibility. Individuals are morally responsible for their voluntary actions and choices. 3. Courage and temperance. Aristotle explores specific virtues. Courage, the ability to face fear, especially in battle, for the sake of a noble cause. Temperance, moderation in desires, particularly physical pleasures. Book 4. Individual Virtues. 1. Justice. Justice is the most comprehensive virtue, as it involves acting fairly toward others. It can be divided into distributive justice, fair allocation of resources based on merit; rectificatory justice, correcting wrongs or inequities in transactions. 2. Other virtues. Aristotle discusses a range of moral virtues, including generosity, giving the right amount to the right people; magnificence, spending on a grand scale for public benefit; pride, taking appropriate pride in one's achievements; truthfulness, honesty in words and actions; wittiness, a balanced sense of humor; friendliness, acting kindly toward others without flattery or hostility. Book 5. Justice. 1. Comprehensive analysis of justice. Justice is both a specific virtue, dealing with fairness, and a general virtue encompassing all moral behavior. It involves adherence to laws and equitable treatment of others. 2. Political justice. Aristotle distinguishes between natural justice, universal principles, and legal justice, context-specific rules. Book 6. Intellectual Virtues. 1. The two parts of the soul. The rational part of the soul has two aspects: theoretical reason, concerned with eternal truths and intellectual contemplation; practical reason, concerned with ethical action and decision-making. 2. 5 intellectual virtues. Episteme, scientific knowledge, understanding fundamental truths. Technique, craft knowledge, skills for producing things. Phronesis, practical wisdom, the ability to deliberate well about actions. Sophia, wisdom, a combination of theoretical knowledge and understanding. Nous, intellect, the capacity to grasp first principles. Book 7, Weakness of Will and Continence. 1. Aprasia, weakness of will. Aristotle examines why people fail to act in accordance with their knowledge of the good. Weakness of will occurs when emotions or desires override reason. 2. Continence and incontinence. Continence, the ability to control desires and act virtuously despite inner conflict. Incontinence, succumbing to base desires against better judgment. Book 8, Friendship. 1. The importance of friendship. Friendship is essential for a flourishing life and binds communities together. 2. 3 types of friendship. Friendship of utility, based on mutual benefit. Friendship of pleasure, based on shared enjoyment. Friendship of virtue, based on mutual respect and admiration for each other's character. 3. Friendship and society. True friendship requires equality, and it is most stable among virtuous individuals. Book 9, The Self and Friendship. 1. Self-love and friendship. Proper self-love involves valuing oneself as a moral agent. It forms the basis for loving others. Good friendships mirror the relationship one has with oneself. 2. The role of friendship in happiness. Friendships enhance life by providing companionship and moral support. Book 10, Pleasure and Happiness. 1. The nature of pleasure. Pleasure is not the highest good but accompanies virtuous activity. It completes and enhances human flourishing. 2. Contemplation is the highest activity. Intellectual contemplation, guided by reason, is the highest form of happiness because it fulfills the human function most completely. Contemplation is self-sufficient, enduring, and aligned with the divine. 3. The role of virtue in politics. The cultivation of virtue is essential for both individual and societal happiness. Politics should aim to create conditions that foster virtuous living. Key themes. 1. Eudaimonia is the ultimate goal. Happiness is not mere pleasure or material success but a life lived virtuously in accordance with reason. 2. Virtue and character. Virtue is developed through practice and habituation. Moral character is shaped by the repetition of virtuous actions. 3. Reason and action. The rational soul governs ethical decision-making and leads to the cultivation of virtues. 4. Interpersonal relationships. Friendships based on virtue are integral to human flourishing, providing emotional and moral support. Legacy and influence. Aristotle's Nicomachean ethics has profoundly influenced Western philosophy, particularly in ethics, politics, and psychology. It laid the groundwork for virtue ethics, which emphasizes character and the cultivation of virtues over strict rules or consequences. The text remains a cornerstone in discussions of moral philosophy, providing timeless insights into the pursuit of a meaningful and ethical life.
Thank you for watching. Share the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Check out other series including 10-minute synopses or complete audiobooks on Hennessy Hendo on YouTube. Literally check out my library. Become a literary master like Hendo. Share the wealth. Spread the good word.